SAT 22 for week 11. Let's take a look at our question. Sample of oak has a density of 807 kilograms per cubic meter. The sample is in the shape of a cube where each edge has a length of 0.9 meters. To the nearest whole number, what's the mass in kilograms of the sample? We have our four usual answer choices here. How did we do? Well, I think we did pretty good here. We got 75.7, nearly three quarters, a little bit over three quarters of us chose answer choice A, which was incorrect. Incorrect? No, it was in fact the correct answer. Although 13.2, that's rather large, it was definitely unevenly split between the incorrect answers. We'll see what's up with that 726 when we dive into the solution. We mostly used Desmos to get our answer, although almost a third of us just did it by hand. Crazy! All right, and then we thought that this was a medium, heavily skewed towards the easier side as far as SAT difficulty goes. All right, let's take a look at this solution. This question is, of course, about density of an object, how finely packed all of our molecules are. And even if you don't know what the formula for density is, let the units for density tell you how to compute it. Notice that it says our units here are kilograms per cubic meter. So kilograms here, of course, is the mass, and cubic meters here is the volume. So here is a nifty formula for density. Density, there we go. That is equal to, I'm just going to write it equal to the units here. So kilograms E over meters cubed. Again, I can see that that is equal to mass over volume. And one of my students said something like this, that they love density. Maybe it was a teacher that said this. They love density, and if you have the M on the top and you have the V on the bottom, you can see how it sort of looks like a heart. Sort of. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and fill in the numbers that they give us. So the density specifically for this oak sample is 807 kilograms per cubic meter. So I'm going to write this as 807. So this is our kilograms per, and it says per cubic meter. So that is 1 cubic meter. Okay. And then this is just going to be a proportion, which is super easy to solve. Now, over here on the other side, the only thing that we're given is 0.9 meters for the edge length of a cube. Ooh, I'm going to draw myself a cube. I'm going to use my artistic skills. Look at this. This is going to be so incredibly photorealistic. Yeah, that's a great looking cube. Anyway, so our edge length here is 0.9, which means that the volume is side cubed, or in this case, 0.9 cubed. All right, and where does that go in our proportion? Well, our volume goes on the bottom. So 0.9, and this is cubed on the bottom. And the thing that we are missing here is our mass. So yeah, I think that they could have made this a little bit more difficult of a problem if they had mixed up the actual units here, if they had given like centimeters, for example, or maybe even kilometers, and then you'd have to actually change it to another unit conversion. They didn't do that. Anyway, so this is just straight up cross multiplying at this point. So cross multiplying here, 1 times our mass is just our mass, is equal to, and then our other cross product here is just simply 807 multiplied times the 0.9 to the third. I'm not doing that by hand. That is definitely a calculator friendly kind of thing. So 807, I think that's what it was. And then times 0.9. Hey, look at that. Look at this. 726.3. That is in fact answer choice B. So that's where that incorrect answer came from. And then we want to raise that to the third power, and we get about 588-ish. About 588, which is in fact answer choice A. Where did these other two come from? Well, in order to get a larger amount here than what we started with, then this must be a division. I'll show you that just real quick, just in case you're curious. So let's change this now to division. Backspace, backspace. Okay, divided by. And then let's put a 0.9. Is that one of the answer choices? Yes, it is. That's answer choice C, as you can see. And then if I cube it, I bet that's the last one right there. So cube it is 1107 if you round, 1107, which is the last answer choice. All right, so that should do it here about this density SAT question.